There's a question I hear a lot from folks over 60. How do I stay independent and keep myself out of a nursing home? It's a worry that creeps into the back of many minds as the years go by. Maybe you've had that thought yourself, wondering if there's something simple, something you can do every day to keep yourself strong, healthy, and living life on your terms. Well, I've got good news for you. It's not about some miracle pill or a drastic lifestyle change. In fact, the secret is simpler than you might think. It all comes down to one daily habit, something so basic, yet so powerful that it can make all the difference in keeping you active, sharp, and far away from needing assisted living. Now, I know what you might be thinking. If it's that simple, why isn't everyone doing it? And that's a fair question. The truth is, many people overlook it because it doesn't seem like a big deal until they stop doing it. And that's when the slow decline begins. But today, we're going to change that. In this video, we're talking about the daily habit that keeps you strong, mobile, and full of energy well into your golden years. And I'll let you in on a little secret right now, it's movement. Not running marathons or lifting heavy weights, but simple, consistent movement that keeps your body and mind in shape. Let's start with the first key point, walking every single day. Now, I know walking doesn't sound groundbreaking, but hear me out. When researchers study people who stay active and independent well into their 80s and 90s, one thing stands out: they move. They don't sit for hours on end. They take short walks, tend to their gardens, or just putter around the house. And that daily habit does something incredible for their bodies. Walking strengthens your legs, which means you're less likely to take a bad fall. It keeps your heart healthy, so you're not as vulnerable to heart disease. And here's something you might not realize: it even helps your brain. A brisk walk gets blood flowing, which means more oxygen to your mind, helping you stay sharp. Now, you don't have to walk miles every day. Even just 15 or 20 minutes can make a huge difference. The key is consistency. Make it part of your routine, like brushing your teeth. Walk around the block, stroll through a park, or even march in place while watching TV. The important thing is that you keep doing it. The second habit is stretching. If walking keeps you mobile, stretching keeps you flexible, and that's a game changer as we age. Think about it. How many times have you heard someone say, "I just bent down to pick something up, and my back went out"? Stiff muscles and joints lead to injuries, and injuries can snowball into bigger problems. A simple 5-minute stretch in the morning can work wonders. Reach for the sky, touch your toes, or as close as you can get, and gently twist your torso. These small movements keep your muscles from tightening up, making everyday tasks, like reaching for a dish or tying your shoes, so much easier. Now, let's talk about the third habit, staying socially connected. You might be surprised to see this on the list, but hear me out. Isolation is one of the biggest risks as we get older. When people stop seeing friends, stop having conversations, their minds and bodies start to decline faster. But staying socially active, whether it's calling a friend, joining a club, or even chatting with neighbors, keeps your spirits up and your brain engaged. Think about it like this: your body and mind thrive on use. Move it or lose it, right? Well, the same goes for your social life. A quick phone call, a lunch date, or even a wave to the mailman keeps you connected to the world, and that's a powerful way to stay out of a nursing home. Now, we've covered 3 key habits so far: walking, stretching, and staying social. But there's more to it, and in the next part, we'll dive into the other daily practices that can keep you strong, independent, and living life on your own terms. Because here's the truth: aging doesn't have to mean slowing down. With the right habits, you can feel vibrant, capable, and full of energy for years to come. Now, let's talk about something that doesn't always get the attention it deserves: hydration. You might be thinking, really? Drinking water? That's the big secret? But here's the thing: as we get older, our sense of thirst weakens. We don't always realize we're dehydrated until it's too late. And dehydration can sneak up on you, causing dizziness, confusion, even falls, things that can land someone in the hospital or, worse, accelerate the need for assisted care. So, how much water should you be drinking? A good rule of thumb is to aim for 6 to 8 glasses a day, but listen to your body. If your mouth feels dry, if you're tired for no reason, or if your urine is darker than it should be, that's your body telling you it needs more. Keep a glass of water by your bedside, sip on herbal tea, or even eat water-rich foods like cucumbers and watermelon. The key is to make it effortless, so you don't have to think about it. Now, let's move on to another daily habit that's just as important: eating protein with every meal. After 60, our bodies don't hold onto muscle the way they used to. If we don't actively work to preserve it, we lose strength bit by bit, year by year. And weak muscles mean more falls, slower recovery, and less independence. But here's the good news: you can fight back just by giving your body the fuel it needs. Protein isn't just for bodybuilders, it's for you. Eggs, yogurt, beans, chicken, even a handful of nuts can make a difference. Try adding a scoop of Greek yogurt to your breakfast, a slice of cheese to your sandwich, or a hard-boiled egg as a snack. Small changes, but they add up to keeping your muscles and your independence strong. And while we're on the topic of food, let's talk about fiber. I know, bowel movements aren't exactly dinner table conversation. But here's why it matters. Constipation isn't just uncomfortable, it can lead to bigger problems like diverticulitis or even hospital visits. And the older we get, the more our digestion slows down. The fix? More fruits, veggies, and whole grains. An apple a day isn't just a saying, it's a great way to keep things moving. Oatmeal for breakfast, a salad with lunch, or some roasted veggies at dinner can make all the difference. And if you're not used to eating a lot of fiber, take it slow. Your gut will thank you. Now, let's shift gears and talk about something that might surprise you: purpose. You've probably heard the phrase, people who retire often don't live as long. And while that's not always true, there's a kernel of wisdom in it. When we stop feeling needed, when we don't have a reason to get up in the morning, our health can start to slip. But here's the beautiful part: purpose doesn't have to be some grand mission. It can be as simple as tending to a garden, volunteering once a week, teaching your grandkids how to bake your famous pie, or even just feeding the birds in your backyard. When you have something, no matter how small, that makes you feel useful, it keeps your mind sharp and your spirit strong. So, let's recap what we've covered so far: staying hydrated, eating enough protein and fiber, and finding little ways to feel purposeful every day. These aren't drastic changes, they're small, doable habits that add up to a big difference in how you feel and how long you stay independent. But we're not done yet. In the next part, we'll talk about the final pieces of the puzzle, including one habit that could be the most important of all. Because when you put all these things together, you're not just adding years to your life, you're adding life to your years. Now, let's talk about something that affects everything: sleep. You might be thinking, I've heard all this before, get more rest. But here's what most people don't realize: poor sleep doesn't just make you tired. It weakens your immune system, clouds your thinking, and even makes you more prone to falls. And when sleep problems pile up over years, they can quietly chip away at your independence. The good news? Small tweaks can make a big difference. Try keeping a regular bedtime, yes, even on weekends. Make your bedroom a little cooler and darker. And if you wake up at night, resist the urge to turn on the TV or check your phone. That blue light tricks your brain into thinking it's morning, making it harder to fall back asleep. Instead, keep a notepad by your bed. If worries keep you up, write them down and tell yourself, I'll handle this tomorrow. Here's another game changer: balance exercises. Most people don't think about balance until they lose it. But here's a startling fact: every 11 seconds, an older adult is treated in the ER for a fall. The scary part? Many never fully recover their independence afterward. The solution is simpler than you'd think. Try standing on one foot while brushing your teeth, hold onto the counter if needed. Practice sitting down and standing up without using your hands. Even walking heel to toe across your living room a few times can help. These tiny exercises strengthen the muscles that keep you upright, making you far less likely to take a life-changing spill. Now, let's talk about what might be the most important habit of all: your attitude. Studies show that people who view aging positively live about 7.5 years longer than those who dread getting older. That's not just some feel-good advice, it's science. When you believe you can stay active and independent, you're more likely to do the things that make it happen. So how do you cultivate that mindset? Start by changing how you talk to yourself. Instead of "I'm too old for this," try "I'm going to try this my way." Celebrate small victories. Got up from the chair without pushing off. That's a win. Walked an extra lap around the block? Fantastic. These little triumphs build confidence, and confidence keeps you moving. Let's tie this all together. We've covered 9 powerful daily habits. Walking regularly. Stretching daily. Staying socially connected. Drinking enough water. Eating protein with every meal. Getting enough fiber. Finding purpose each day. Prioritizing good sleep. Practicing balance exercises. Maintaining a positive attitude. But here's the beautiful part. You don't have to perfect all of them at once. Start with 1 or 2 that feel doable. Maybe today you'll drink an extra glass of water and call an old friend. Tomorrow, you'll add some stretches. Small steps create big changes over time. Remember, nursing homes aren't filled with people who suddenly became frail overnight. They're filled with people who, bit by bit, stopped doing the things that kept them strong. But that doesn't have to be your story. You've got the power to write a different ending, one where you stay in your own home, on your own terms, surrounded by the life you've built. It's not about being perfect. It's about showing up for yourself every single day in small, loving ways. So what's your first small step going to be? Share it in the comments below. I'd love to hear which habit resonated most with you. And if you found this helpful, hit that like button and subscribe for more tips on thriving after 60. Because here's the truth, your best years aren't behind you. With the right daily habits, they could be happening right now. Here's to your health, your independence, and your joy, today and for all the days to come.